Welcome to Medals Day 2025. I'm Stuart Nathan. I'll be Master of Ceremonies for today's award ceremony. In just a few minutes, we will be honoring the men and women of this department for special acts of bravery, courage, and service to the citizens of Baltimore. You did not perform these acts expecting to receive any awards, but we want you to be recognized before your family and friends for what you have accomplished. We will soon hear about some incredible feats, diving into treacherous waters, searching for survivors of the Key Bridge collapse, rescuing trapped children, employing advanced life support measures to save gravely injured civilians and fellow firefighters. All of these and more are worthy of special commendation and our gratitude. We would be remiss if we did not recognize the love and support of all the family and friends of those being recognized today, as well as all members of our department, and thank you for joining with us today to celebrate their accomplishments. Your contributions to the City of Baltimore, for your contributions, we salute you, the members of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Please rise if you are able for the presentation of colors, followed by Ruth Yorston with her rendition of the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. It is my honor now to recognize the guests on the stage with us today. The Honorable Mayor of the City of Baltimore, Brandon Scott. The Honorable President of the City Council, Zeke Cohn. The Chief of the Fire Department, James Wallace. City Council Member Mark Conway. Executive Assistant Chief Kensington White. Assistant Chief of Operations, John Ide. President of Local 964 Fire Officers, Josh Fannin. President of Firefighters Local 734, Matt Koster. And from the Board of Fire Commissioners, Alex Katzenberg. It is now my honor to call to the podium the 52nd Mayor of the City of Baltimore, Brandon Scott.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to Meadows Day. Thank you all for being here to recognize and celebrate the exceptional service to Baltimore members of our fire department. Baltimore's firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, and all members of this department live our city's value every day. Courage, selflessness, and an unwavering commitment to protecting others. You all show up for us during our worst days, during fires, medical emergencies, natural disasters, and you lead with strength and serve with compassion. In the last year alone, you responded to the Key Bridge disaster, a massive fire at Camp Small, and a 5-alarm fire at Lombard in Utah. You showed us, as you do every single day, your courage, your grit, and your resilience. You brought that same energy to countless situations that didn't make the front page news or didn't have national media in Baltimore. Over 3,000 EMS incidents every week, over 2,000 transports, over 1,000 suppression incidents. And I want you to know that Baltimore stands with you, not just today, but every day. Your bravery, your sacrifice, your service does not go unnoticed. And to the families of everyone that's being honored today and every member in this department, thank you too for sharing your loved ones with us and allowing them to serve this great city every day. For your courage, for your heart, I just want to say thank you, congratulations to everyone, and keep keeping Baltimore safe and yourselves safe every day. And with that, I have the pleasure of bringing to the microphone our City Council President, Council President Zeke Cohen.
Well, let me first thank Mayor Scott, my colleague, Councilman Conway, Chief Wallace, our union representation, all the leadership that's here. And let me extend a huge thank you to the women and men of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. The mayor and I talk a lot about how Baltimore is on the brink of a real renaissance. We're seeing some of the sharpest declines in violent crime of any city in America. We had the most peaceful, the least amount of homicides in the first 3 months of this year than we've seen since 1970. We've seen a precipitous drop in overdose deaths. We've seen our population start to go back in the right direction. But let's be really clear. You can't have a renaissance without the extraordinary work of your first responders. And what I see before me today is the best and the brightest of the best fire department in the United States of America. Make no doubt, Baltimore has the best fire department in America. And I believe that to be true because the level of stress that you all experience, the high amount of fires, the overdoses that the EMTs and the EMS have to go out and address, the work is just harder in Baltimore. And it makes you all tougher. and it makes you all grittier. But bar none, when there is a crisis, you all show up every single time. And I want to speak briefly about where I saw that in action. About a year and a half ago, over on Lombard Street, there was a fire in my former district, and two young people, two children, were there at the time. And the fire department showed up within about a minute and a half of this tragedy taking place. They got the fire out, they got the kids out. The kids did not make it, they ultimately died in the hospital. But seeing the incredible courage and speed and bravery that you all operated with was heartening and inspiring. I remember saying to Chief Wallace, this is amazing to watch this incredible operation and to see these young people be lifted out the window, taken out of the building. That is God's work in action, and it's through you all. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. Thank you to the medal winners. Thank you to the women and men who put on the uniform and do this work every single day. Thank you for showing up when it's hard and no one wants to be there. You all are heroes, and your city loves you for it. Thank you for all that you do.
Good afternoon. To our honored guests and families, our city leaders, and most importantly, to the dedicated members of the Baltimore City Fire Department, thank you for joining us on such an important day. Today, we come together not only to celebrate Medals Day, but to reaffirm who we are and what we stand for as a department, as a family, and as a cornerstone of this city. Each year I stand before you searching for new ways to describe who we are. This year, with all the incidents that we had during all the adverse weather, all the extreme times each one of you functioned, it hit me. The answer was right in front of me all along. We answer the call. From the most visible and heartbreaking tragedies, like the catastrophic Key Bridge a year ago, to the thousands of calls that you respond to each and every week, your courage remains constant. Whether it's a major disaster or a quiet knock on a neighbor's door to install a smoke alarm, you show up. You show up when the stakes are the highest. You show up when lives hang in the balance, and you do so with skill, honor, and with heart. The stories we will share today of bravery and valor, as well as service above and beyond the call of duty, are not just moments of heroism. They are a reflection of the unshakable spirit that runs through this department. To those being honored today, your actions have inspired us all. You remind us of why we choose this path and why we continue to walk it together. And to every member of this department, whether you're on the front lines or you're behind the scenes, your commitment to answering the call and serving the city of Baltimore never goes unnoticed. Let today serve as both recognition and reminder that the strength of this department is found in its people, in the unity, sacrifice, and unrelenting drive to protect the lives and well-being of every person who calls Baltimore home. We answer the call, and we always will. Thank you, and again, congratulations to all of our honorees.
I also briefly wanted to mention the members of the Fire Department command staff who are seated in the front row here in the auditorium, and to Fire Commissioner Chuck Bollock, who's also seated in the audience. Thank you. We will now begin the presentation of departmental commendations. On June 15, 2024, units were dispatched to the Save-A-Lot store at 2008 Maryland Avenue for an assault. Engine 31 was first to arrive and had a large crowd fighting and several patients who had been pepper sprayed. The employees of the Save-A-Lot store did not hesitate to offer assistance. The staff aided Engine 31 by providing bottled water and paper towels to assist in the treatment of those patients. They also gathered information which would be provided to the transport units upon their arrival. A total of 5 patients were transported from this incident. The Save-A-Lot staff certainly went above and beyond to help the Baltimore City Fire Department during this stressful and chaotic event. We commend the following Save-A-Lot employees for their actions in rendering outstanding assistance to the Baltimore City Fire Department. The certificate of commendation is presented to Roderick Johnson, to Daniel Gebrahans, and to Ms. Aki Gebramalak from Save-A-Lot. On July 24, 2024, Water Rescue Box 5-60 was dispatched for a reported person in the water. Units arrived on the scene to find Sarah Dennison, Cindy Erich, and Catherine Karn in the harbor searching for a man that they had witnessed go into the water. Without regard for their own safety, they jumped into the water in an attempt to save the victim. BCFD units assisted them out of the water when they arrived and quickly located the victim based on the information they received from Sarah, Cindy, and Catherine. The victim received resuscitative care prior to being transported to the hospital. Sarah, Cindy, and Catherine should be commended for their courageous and selfless act. We are proud to present the Distinguished Civilian Award, and helping to present the award is the commending officer, Battalion Chief Michael Rudisil. We present the Distinguished Civilian Award to Sarah Dennison, Cindy Erich, and Catherine Karn. At approximately 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 11th, 2024, a hiker was found unconscious on the Mount Monroe Loop Trail just north of the summit of Mount Monroe in New Hampshire. Personnel from the Appalachian Mountain Club Lakes of the Clouds Hut, as well as Good Samaritan hikers, including a group of Baltimore City Fire Department members, came to the aid of this hiker. Due to the seriousness of the hiker's condition and the remote location, a helicopter response was requested. While awaiting the Army National Guard Black Hawk helicopter, the group of hikers placed the stricken man in a litter and carried him to the Lakes of Clouds Hut. Whether on duty or off duty, members of this department, and in this case along with their spouses, were willing, at great personal risk, to come to the aid of another human being. These actions are worthy of recognition as they reflect credit on the City of Baltimore and on the Baltimore City Fire Department. We are proud to present the certificate of commendation to Lieutenant Lawrence Ferries, Lieutenant Jason Leone, Paramedic Christopher Coleman, EVD Kyle Stevens, EMT firefighter John Lindbeck, and I know they're a little bit shy about also attending, but to spouses Miss Colleen Lindbeck and Lauren Coleman. In the early morning hours of March 26, 2024, Rescue Alarm 57-695 was struck out for vehicles in the water. Little did the responders know that they were responding on an incident where the unthinkable had happened, as a container ship had struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge. To the surprise of first arriving units, Engine 57 and SOC 5, the Key Bridge, once thought invincible, had collapsed as a result of the ship strike. This was a once-in-a-generation catastrophe that would test Baltimore's resilience and emergency services. The Baltimore City Fire Department rose to the occasion and displayed acts of heroism, bravery, and professionalism. The calm command presence from the beginning of the incident set the tone for a grueling rescue and recovery mission that would last for days. The coordination between Incident Command, Fire Communications, and the Office of Emergency Management was flawless as mutual aid units were requested, key stakeholders were identified, and a unified command was quickly established. All members on the incident will be presented with a Francis Scott Key Bridge Response Ribbon. For their bravery in being first to enter the treacherous waters and to search through tangled wreckage at extreme personal risk to search the truck that had fallen from the bridge into the water below, we are proud today to present the department's highest award for bravery, the Heroic Service Citation, to EVD Gregory W. Nelson. An Heroic Service Citation is also presented to EMT Andrew M. Vernon. At a ceremony last week, EVD Nelson and EMT firefighter Vernon were presented with a prestigious Leonard T. King Sr. Medal of Valor Award by the Maryland Fire Chiefs Association. We are proud today to also present the Meritorious Conduct Award to the members of the Baltimore City Fire Department dive team and to those who provided assistance to enable the divers to be able to enter those treacherous waters on that very dangerous day. The Meritorious Conduct Award is presented to Deputy Chief Carl D. Knight III. To Battalion Chief Richard Parker III. To Battalion Chief Charles Grantland III. To Captain Brian T. Spina. To Captain Tristan Tricarico. To Captain Patrick Hurley. To Captain Scott B. Parrott. To Captain David J. O'Malley. To Captain James L. Oliver. To Lieutenant Jason M. Leone. To Lieutenant Edward Colehep. Lieutenant Joshua A. Schaefer. To Lieutenant, but now Captain, John Clark Cathy. Lieutenant Christopher P. Gash. Marine pilot Stephen Russell, Marine engineer Daniel Leitner, Acting Lieutenant Keith Margiotta, paramedic Christopher D. Coleman, paramedic Eric Johnson, emergency boat operator Jonathan Hogg, emergency boat operator August Marcelino, pump operator Andrew D. Palante, EVD Gerard F. Smith Jr., EVD Richard M. Haynes Jr., again, EVD Greg Nelson, firefighter paramedic Matthew Blosser, EMT firefighter Evan McGee, EMT firefighter Douglas C. Thomas, EMT firefighter William J. Butner, EMT firefighter Mark Taylor. And the Exemplary Performance Award is presented to those who were so critical in the incident command function at this incident, and to those who assisted with logistics in that operation. Very involved, as you all know, very treacherous, dangerous operation. 1st Battalion Chief Dean Denning. Captain Franklin Burgess, now Battalion Chief, Captain Thomas D. Bauer, Lieutenant Jeffrey A. Walsh, Lieutenant James E. Langford, Lieutenant Roger Steger, Jr., Fire Apparatus Officer Gustav G. Siegel, IV. EVD Kevin Larkins, Jr., EMT Firefighter Charles T. Snow, and EVD Gerard F. Smith, Jr.
Chief, how are you, sir? Great seeing you. Chief, how are you, sir? Great seeing you.
Hey, Jeremy.
How are you? Congratulations.
Great, thanks. And for this incident, as well as many others, distinguished unit citations will be presented by the respective shift commanders. On April 6, 2024, units were dispatched to 1638 Cliffview Avenue for a reported dwelling fire. Truck 5 arrived on the scene to find a two-story, middle-of-the-group row home with fire showing from the second floor front. The officer in charge of Truck 5, Captain Michael Burkett, transmitted his size up, assumed command, and made entry through the front door. Once he determined that there was no fire on the first floor or basement, he ascended to the second floor to start a rapid primary search. Captain Burkett found fire in the second floor front room, hallway, and bathroom, but the fire had not yet reached the rear room. He proceeded past the fire and into the rear rooms, using his thermal imaging camera to do a quick scan of the rear bedroom. He saw a victim lying on the floor. Captain Burkett expeditiously made his way to the area of the victim, where he found a semi-conscious adult male. EVD Ruben Louison met Captain Burkett and assisted him with removing the victim through the first floor front. From the time that EVD Louison made it to Captain Burkett, the victim was out of the dwelling, on the stretcher, and moving to the medic in a very short amount of time. The victim was still semi-conscious when he was removed from the dwelling and transported to the hospital. The coordinated efforts of both members displayed outstanding proficiency and skill in rescuing a civilian. We are proud to present the Exemplary Performance Award to Captain Michael Burkett, Truck Company 5, and to EVD Ruben Louison, Truck 5. On May 1st, 2024, Truck 26 was the first arriving unit on a dwelling fire at 612 Oldham Street with a report of multiple children trapped. Captain Hernandez transmitted a brief initial report and approached the fire building. Family members on the scene advised that one child was still trapped in the basement where the fire was located. Observing heavy smoke bank down to the floor, Captain Hernandez, without hesitation or the protection of a hose line, immediately began a primary search for the trapped child. Utilizing his thermal imaging camera, he immediately located the steps and descended into the basement. Within seconds, Captain Hernandez located an unconscious child in the basement floor and removed him to EMS. The child was in serious condition when transported to the hospital and has made a tremendous recovery due directly to Captain Hernandez's actions. We are proud to present the Meritorious Conduct Award to Captain Nicholas Hernandez. Captain Hernandez was previously awarded the Operation Pulse Firefighter of the Year Award. On May 13th of last year, Engine 36 was dispatched to Box Area 53-21 for a reported medical alarm at 3808 Colborne Road. Upon arrival, Engine 36 found a two-story, middle-of-the-group row home with smoke showing from the second floor. Lieutenant Eric Ryan notified Fire Communications to dispatch the remainder of the box. At this point, Engine 36 finished leading off its supply line and was met by an occupant of the dwelling attempting to gain entry to the front door. As firefighter-paramedic Michael McCardle and Lieutenant Ryan deployed the 1¾ attack line, the civilian made entry to the house. The civilian was swiftly removed from the dwelling by Lieutenant Ryan and then advised him that his grandmother was still inside the home. The fire was quickly located in the front bedroom of the row home. Firefighter paramedic McCardle quickly began an aggressive fire attack. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Ryan made his way into the room and initiated a primary search. He located the victim at the foot of her bed on the floor and immediately notified communications to have a medic report to the front of the dwelling. Firefighter paramedic McCardle swiftly moved to put a knock on the fire and then immediately assisted Lieutenant Ryan with effecting the rescue. As Lieutenant Ryan and firefighter paramedic McCardle were leaving the dwelling via the front door, they were passed by EMT firefighter Warren Womack as he entered. He, at great personal risk and acting independently, immediately followed the attack line to the seat of the fire and continued to extinguish the fire. Lieutenant Ryan and firefighter paramedic McCardle completed the rescue and, with the assistance of pump operator Albrecht, began to provide advanced life support care to the victim. Due to the quick thinking of firefighter paramedic McCardle, a cyano kit was requested to be brought to the victim. The patient was delivered to the burn center, maintaining her own airway and remaining responsive. We're proud to present the Exemplary Performance Award to Lieutenant Eric Ryan. And to firefighter paramedic Michael McCardle. And also receiving the award will be EMT firefighter Warren Womack. In the evening hours of September 20th of last year, units were dispatched to 1801 Union Avenue for a collision involving a vehicle and a light rail train. Upon arrival, the units were met with one of the biggest emotional challenges imaginable, as it involved one of our own members. They found a truck that was mangled by a light rail train with the occupant heavily entrapped. Crews went to work and extricated the occupant, and EMS personnel on the scene immediately began life-saving interventions. Medic 17, Battalion Chief EMS, and the medical director worked flawlessly to provide life-saving care. The actions of the EMS crew are directly responsible for the member being alive today, and we're thrilled to have that member, Whitney Nunn, with us today. The Exemplary Performance Award is presented to Medical Director Dr. Benjamin Lawner. To Captain Jonathan Brooks, to paramedic Craig Sarin, and to EMT firefighter Nicholas McJilton. On September 22nd, 2024, Fire Communications struck out box alarm 23-50 for 400 West Lombard Street. The dispatchers professionally managed the rapidly escalating incident that grew to 5 alarms in approximately 38 minutes. Personnel monitored multiple talk groups, summoned numerous mutual aid units from Baltimore, Howard, Anne Arundel, and Prince George's counties, while professionally managing the daily routine call volume of the city. Distinguished unit citation will be presented to Fire Communications by the shift commander, who was the incident commander on this incident, Chief Denning. On September 27, 2024, units were dispatched for a suicidal subject at the Howard Street Bridge. Upon arrival, Engine 13 observed a male in his 40s positioned at the edge of a bridge, looking down at an approximately 250-foot drop to the Jones Falls below. Captain Dave O'Malley immediately engaged in verbal communications from the ground, then proceeded to the end of the truck's outstretched aerial ladder to continue the dialogue. After approximately 20 minutes, the subject voluntarily climbed onto the ladder and descended safely to the ground. While the specifics of Captain O'Malley's conversation remain unknown, there is no doubt that his actions led to the successful outcome of the situation. The Exemplary Performance Award is presented to Captain David J. O'Malley, Engine 13. On October 7, 2024, 2:38 a.m., Box 58-20 was dispatched for dwelling fire at 2228 Sedley Street in Westport. First arriving units reported fire involving 4 dwellings. While operating in the rear of the fire buildings, members noticed an occupant trapped on the second floor of one of the dwellings. EMT firefighter Stephen C. Smith coordinated the placement of a ground ladder, navigating the ladder through both power lines and a large tree. He then ascended the ladder, removed a window air conditioner, and made contact with the occupant at the windowsill. With heavy smoke billowing over the panicked occupant's head, EMT firefighter Smith was able to calm the occupant and subsequently was able to get him out of the window and safely remove him down the ground ladder. The occupant was transported to the hospital, where he was expected to make a full recovery. EMT firefighter Smith's quick and decisive actions led to the successful rescue of a trapped occupant with a favorable outcome. His actions not only reflect very highly on himself, but on the fire department as well. We present the Exemplary Performance Award to EMT firefighter Stephen C. Smith, Truck Company 23. On November 20th, 2024, 10:44 p.m., units were dispatched for an apartment fire at 4601 Penn Lucy Road. On arrival of Medic 8, the crew was brought a patient who was barely breathing. EMT Ivana Allen ventilated the patient utilizing a bag valve mask, while firefighter paramedic Ryan Crone prepared for intubation. Due to the high heat of the fire, the patient's airway was extremely swollen. Upon attempting intubation, firefighter paramedic Crone quickly realized that the sensitivity of the patient's airway could potentially cause further compromise. This proficiency and experience allowed EMT Allen to continue to be able to ventilate efficiently and maintain the patient's oxygen saturations. Meanwhile, firefighter paramedic Goodwin prepped and administered the cyano kit after noting the patient was a prime candidate for this treatment. Due to the teamwork and high proficiency in their skills, the patient not only survived, but she was able to visit some of the crews and give them thanks after her discharge from shock trauma several weeks later. We're proud to present the Exemplary Performance Award to firefighter paramedic Ryan Crone. And we also recognize EMT Ivana Allen and firefighter paramedic Michael Goodwin. On November 23, 2024, the members of EMS 6, Ambulance 23, and Engine 2 responded to a pedestrian struck at Pratt and Light Streets. Upon arrival, it was determined that the patient was a member of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Recognizing the severity of the situation, the team quickly assessed and provided life-saving care as the patient's condition deteriorated, with oxygen saturation levels dropping. Despite the emotional pressure of treating one of their own, the responders maintained composure, stabilized the patient's airway, and transported him expeditiously to shock trauma. At shock trauma, the attending physician commended the team for the exemplary care it provided and for their professionalism under pressure. We're proud to present the Exemplary Performance Award to Captain Jonathan Brooks, Lieutenant Jason J. Leggett, Pump Operator Francisco Carreras, EMT Firefighter Charles M. Dixon IV, EMT Firefighter Maurice Tate, EMT Firefighter George E. Schroen III, EMT Firefighter Charles A. Franklin. And also joining us was Brad Bonovich, who was rescued by these members of the department. On December 5th, 2024, a night I'm sure many will remember for quite some time, Box 23-80 was struck out at 6:10 p.m. for a reported building fire, 617 West Lexington Street. Units arrived on the scene and were met by heavy smoke conditions in the street. Engine 23 was waved down by bystanders who reported fire in the rear of the building, where Engine 23 found fire on all 4 floors. Units began an interior attack with numerous lines in the rear. Weather at the time was below freezing with wind gusts over 35 miles per hour. Units began ventilating the roof of the building where the fire started to prevent the fire from spreading to the adjacent building. Units worked as a team to keep the fire contained to the original building while operating in these adverse weather conditions. Distinguished unit citations will be presented to the responding companies by their respective shift commanders. On December 5th, while operating at the Camp Small Fire, members demonstrated exceptional dedication and teamwork under hazardous conditions. They hand-stretched thousands of feet of hose, including 2,400 feet of 4-inch line, 1,600 feet of 3-inch line, and 1,500 feet of 2-inch line, and deployed 4 RAM portable monitors through rugged terrain along the light rail track bed. Despite heavy winds, falling embers, and direct flame exposure, they made repeated trips through dangerous terrain to establish critical fire suppression operations. Their efforts created a vital water curtain that protected key infrastructure, including the old vinegar factory, the light rail and its catenary lines, Interstate 83, 2 power plants, excavators, and a parks and recreation building. The members' exemplary performance and commitment went above and beyond expectations, preventing a significantly worse outcome and reflecting the highest standards of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Additionally, there were units that supported the members on scene and ensured that resources were available when needed. Box 414 Association, with assistance from neighboring jurisdictions, provided rehabilitation refreshments throughout the incident. The backbone of the incident was fire communications. They ensured the city remained adequately protected, which proved to be a challenging task with a number of units that were needed on this incident. For their exceptional effort at this incident, the Exemplary Performance Award is presented to Deputy Chief Jason P. Goodwin, Deputy Chief Jacob D. Van Gelder, Battalion Chief Harry J. Lancelotti, Jr., Captain Patrick Hurley, Lieutenant Eric R. Ryan, Lieutenant Ryan P. Kelly, Lieutenant Matt D. Bowling, Acting Lieutenant Nathaniel Thomas, Pump Operator Kara J. Artis, Pump Operator Joseph E. Menachem III, Pump Operator Joseph A. Stewart, Pump Operator Jerry L. Majette, Pump Operator Vincent Deloach, Firefighter Paramedic Jordan J. Hinton, EMT Firefighter Anthony J. Stewart, I'm sorry, we missed Firefighter Paramedic Jordan Hinton. EMT Firefighter Gage M. Robinson, EMT Firefighter Razula C. Brother, EMT Firefighter Percy Nevis, EMT Firefighter Brendan T. Benz, EMT firefighter Michael L. Jordan. EMT firefighter Dale A. Mattingly Jr. EMT firefighter Malcolm Davis. The fire department is fortunate to have a number of organizations and benefactors who contribute with special medals recognizing contributions of members of the department, both for acts of bravery and for service and training to members of the department. We'll now begin the presentation of the special medals. The Nelson Taylor Award is presented in memory of Lieutenant Nelson Taylor of Engine Company 8, who lost his life in the line of duty while operating in a dwelling fire in 1986. Recipients of the award must exemplify the commitment and high ideals demonstrated by Lieutenant Taylor during his 26 years of service to the community. This award is presented, has been established, and is presented by the Vulcan Blazers Incorporated. Paramedic Vera Chapman is a proud resident of the city of Baltimore who has dedicated her life to serving its citizens. She joined the fire department on December 11th, 1995, beginning her career as a cardiac rescue technician before becoming a nationally registered paramedic. Throughout her tenure, she has responded to countless medical and traumatic emergencies, providing critical care with dedication. Her commitment to service was highlighted in the 1997 documentary, Streets of Fire, showcasing her resilience and expertise in the field. As her career progressed, Paramedic Chapman took on leadership roles, serving as an acting EMS lieutenant, where she skillfully balanced both administrative responsibilities and on-the-scene emergency operations. In pursuit of upward mobility, Paramedic Chapman furthered her education, earning a degree in emergency medical services from the Community College of Baltimore City and a nursing degree in 2011, all maintaining her demanding career as a Baltimore City paramedic. Since 2011, she has served as an instructor in the EMS training division, playing a vital role in training recruits and current members of the department. She is now the senior instructor and holds multiple instructor certifications. Her expertise was further recognized when the Maryland Institute for Emergency Medical Services Systems selected her to contribute to the 2023 protocol updates, sharing her knowledge across the entire state. Paramedic Chapman is deeply admired and respected by both her colleagues and the citizens of Baltimore. She is known for her selflessness, always willing to lend a helping hand, whether on duty or on her personal time. Her commitment to mentorship, education, and service embodies the true spirit of leadership and compassion. It is for these reasons that the Vulcan Blazers proudly recognize Paramedic Vera Chapman as the recipient of this year's Lieutenant Nelson Taylor Award. Presenting the award is Bill Jones, President of the Vulcan Blazers. The next award is presented in memory of Reverend G. Stanley Schwinn, who for many years served the fire department as a chaplain, was also a member of Box 414 Association and an avid fire buff. He was a source of spiritual inspiration for many members. The Friends of Father Schwinn Committee shall award this medal to a person who consistently participated in activities that support the spiritual needs of the fire department. Pump operator Avery L. Thurman Sr. is assigned to Engine 58 as a pump operator. However, he's currently detailed to headquarters, serving as Public Information Act and subpoena specialist. Avery began his career with the fire department as a member of FPA Class 12 in 2003. After graduating from the academy, he was assigned to Engine 35 and remained there until his promotion to pump operator, assigned to Engine 58 in 2008. While Avery was a firefighter assigned to Engine 35, he received an award for his part in saving a 10-year-old child from a fire in Cherry Hill. Additionally, Avery has served in various capacities during his 22 years with the department, including as a member of the Hazmat Team, Office of Emergency Management, and his current role as Public Information Act subpoena specialist. He's not only a dedicated member of the fire department, he's also a loving and cherished husband to his wife Taisha and father to their 5 children, Dagina, Avery Jr., Dominique, Autumn, and Trey. In his off time, Avery continues to serve the community as an associate pastor at the Created for So Much More Worship Center in Cherry Hill, where he oversees the ministerial staff. In September of 2023, Avery became a member of the Fire Department Chaplain Corps. Since becoming a chaplain, he has visited many of our members and their families at the hospitals, offices, and homes. Avery would approach each situation with kindness, encouragement, and caring support for families during their difficult times. He has responded to tragic scenes, always willing to help and assist our members and civilians in their time of need. Avery is currently serving as Fire Department Chaplain Corps Deputy Commander and as a dedicated member of the Critical Incident Stress Management Team. It is with great pride and pleasure that this year's Father G. Stanley Schwinn Award is presented to Chaplain Pump Operator Avery Thurman. Presenting the award are Chaplains Walt Burgess and Terrence Murphy. The Greco Labor Award was established in 1995. It is named after lifelong union official Ernest Ernie Greco, member of multiple union locals over his 55 years of service, most notably as president of the Metropolitan Baltimore AFL-CIO Council. This award is presented to an individual who best exemplifies the continuing and complex efforts of the local union membership to buttress the relationship between labor and management. It is with great pride that we present F.J. Collins, Esquire, as this year's recipient of the Greco Labor Award, honoring his dedication to strengthening the relationship between labor and management. Throughout his distinguished legal career, spanning over 40 years, Mr. Collins has been a tireless advocate for workers and labor organizations, ensuring fair treatment, equitable contracts, and safe workplace conditions. He's played a pivotal role in representing unions and employees, guiding them through negotiations, arbitrations, and legal challenges with integrity and expertise. His commitment to fostering collaboration between labor and management embodies the very spirit of this award, advancing fairness, respect, and productive partnerships in the workplace. FJ has a knack for patience and creating a solution to seemingly insurmountable disagreements between labor and management. He has represented both locals, the firefighters and fire officers, as well as many union locals throughout the state. An unsung hero, he continues to work tirelessly behind the scenes in shaping the wages, benefits, and working conditions for firefighters. In the tradition of Ernie Greco, FJ has demonstrated an unwavering dedication to labor rights and the well-being of working people. We proudly celebrate his contributions and his well-deserved recognition with this distinguished award, the Greco Labor Award. Helping present the award is 964 President Josh Fannin and 734 President Matt Coster. The Captain Donald W. Hubble Award is named in memory of Captain Donald W. Hubble, Rescue Company 1, who passed away February 1st, 2008. He was an active member of the department at the time of his death. He was committed to education and training in the fire service, both during his tenure as an officer and his time as an instructor at the Fire Academy. This award will be presented to a member of the department who has shown commitment, dedication, and service to fire and EMS instruction within the department. John R. Kirkner, Jr. entered the fire department as a paramedic on September 8, 1987. He switched over to fire suppression shortly thereafter and was assigned to Aerial Tower 111 and Rescue 1. Throughout his 37-year career, John has not only demonstrated exceptional skill and professionalism, but he has also proven himself to be a compassionate and selfless individual who will go above and beyond to help others. Currently serving as the Emergency Services Instructor Supervisor at the Fire Academy, John's role requires managing and instructing a wide array of training programs, ensuring that personnel are well prepared for any situation. His work as an instructor at the Fire Academy, where he has trained recruits and field personnel for over a decade, highlight his commitment to excellence in education. What truly sets John apart is his willingness to help anyone at any time, whether it's supporting colleagues during a crisis, offering advice to a recruit, or providing guidance in complex situations. John is always ready to lend a hand. His dedication to safety and the well-being of others is evident in both his professional and volunteer roles, as he has been a member of Rosedale Volunteer Company since he was a teenager. John's exemplary service has earned him numerous awards, including the Heroic Service Citation, Meritorious Conduct Award, and Distinguished Service Awards, each a testament to his remarkable dedication to public safety. In every aspect of his career, John Kirkner has exemplified the core values of selflessness, professionalism, and teamwork. His hardworking nature, combined with his unwavering willingness to assist others, makes him a deserving candidate for the Captain Donald W. Hubble Award, presented to John Kirkner. And presenting the award is Deputy Chief Laurie Shiloh.
The Henry G. and Gladys N. Nathan Memorial Award. This award is named in memory of Henry G. Nathan, a lifelong fire buff, supporter of the Baltimore City Fire Department. Thank you. Former president of Box 414 Association and the International Fire Buff Associates, as well as Gladys N. Nathan, former president of the Ladies Auxiliary of Box 414 Association. A medal and monetary award are presented to a member of the Baltimore City Fire Department who has performed acts above and beyond the call of duty. On the morning of May 1, 2024, Truck 26 had transferred to Truck 20 when the alert turns went out for the dwelling fire at 605 Oldham Street in Greektown. Truck 26, commanded by Captain Nicholas Hernandez, arrived first on the scene and was approached by a civilian reporting children trapped in the basement of the two-story row home. With no engine company on the scene, Captain Hernandez, feeling heat coming from the basement and enduring heavy smoke conditions, found the stairs leading to the lower level. With the aid of his thermal imaging camera, he was able to descend the stairs, conduct the search, locate and remove the trapped child up to the first floor. Despite having received serious burns, the young child was reported to have survived due to the quick and decisive actions of Captain Hernandez. Thanks to his willingness to risk his life to rescue a young child and his resilience on his training and equipment, Captain Hernandez was able to save a life. His actions are the hallmark of the dedication of the Baltimore City firefighters and represents the bravery of members of this department. We are proud today to present the Henry G. and Gladys N. Nathan Memorial Award to Captain Nicholas Hernandez, Truck 26. Presenting the award on behalf of the Nathan family is Stuart Nathan.
The next award is presented by the Katzenberg family, who have provided unmatched support to the Baltimore City Fire Department spanning 3 generations. Family members have served as auxiliary firefighters since the mid-1940s and were heavily involved in the creation of Box 13, the predecessor to Box 414, and also to Box 414 when it was organized in 1946. A certificate, ribbon, and cash award are presented to the individuals who best exemplify the high ideals of the department, including selfless acts and outstanding service to the Baltimore City Fire Department and the citizens of Baltimore. As we've heard, one of the first units to arrive on the scene at the Key Bridge was Rescue 1, whose members immediately boarded a Maryland Transportation Authority vessel and proceeded out to the tangled wreckage in the darkness. They began searching amongst an area strewn with tangled and unstable steel trusses above and under the waterline, and were able to locate a submerged vehicle just below the surface. Without hesitation or regard for their own safety, and being the very first members to enter the murky waters, EVD Gregory Nelson and EMT firefighter Andrew Vernon quickly jumped in wearing only their buoyancy rescue suits and worked as a team to effect a thorough search of the truck's cab, making multiple dives at extreme personal risk in an effort to locate any possible survivors or victims. In recognition of this unselfish and heroic attempt to effect this water rescue under unknown and extreme circumstances, the Katzenberg Family Award for 2025 is proudly presented to EVD Gregory Nelson and EMT firefighter Andrew Vernon, Baltimore City Rescue 1. Presenting the award are members of the Katzenberg family, Commissioner Alex Katzenberg, Roger Katzenberg, Bruce and Sam Katzenberg. The Box 414 award is given by the Fire Buff organization that has supported the fire department for over 75 years. As you know, the coffee wagon serves firefighters operating in multiple alarms and other incidents in the department. Certificate and monetary award are presented to those who have performed duties for the benefit of their fellow man at extreme personal risk. This year's Box 414 Association Award is presented to the members of the dive team and the associated members who provided logistical support at the Key Bridge. As we've heard on the early morning hours of March 26, 2024, command post was established at Fort Armstead Park, expecting the possibility of mass casualties. Searches began immediately by all available boats in the water. The searches were conducted in this dangerous area with tangled and unstable steel trusses, as well as the hulk of the container ship. With no hesitation or regard for their own safety and at great personal risk, dozens of fire department members worked as a team to effect a thorough and timely search in an effort to locate any possible survivors or victims. In recognition of this unselfish and heroic attempt to effect this rescue as a team under unknown and extreme circumstances, the Box 414 Association Award is made to the members of the dive team, and a contribution in their name is made to the Baltimore Firefighter Burn Foundation. The members, Deputy Chief Carl Knight, Battalion Chief Richard Parker, Battalion Chief Charles Grantland, Captain James Oliver, Dave O'Malley, Brian Spina, Patrick Hurley, Scott Parrott, Tristan Tricarico, Lieutenants Joshua Schaefer, Jason Leone, Christopher Gash, Edward Colehep, Christopher Coleman, Paramedic Eric Johnson, Marine Pilot Stephen Russell, Lieutenant now Captain John Clark Cathy, Marine Engineer Daniel Leitner, Emergency Boat Operator August Marcelino, Pump Operator Andrew Palante, Emergency Boat Operator Jonathan Hogg, EVD Richard Haynes, EVD Greg Nelson, EVD Gerard Smith, Acting Lieutenant Keith Margiata, EMT Firefighter Douglas C. Thomas, EMT Firefighter Evan C. McGee, Firefighter Paramedic Matthew Blosser, EMT Firefighter William Butner, EMT Firefighter Mark Taylor, and EMT Firefighter Andrew Vernon.
Jeez, you guys again. Good seeing you.
The next award is given in memory of Lieutenant Jack C. Zappo. Jack personified the definition of valor. He lived a life of dedication to his family and the fire department. He was a humble firefighter, but had the power and strength to wage a long fight with cancer while working at one of Baltimore's busiest firehouses. His courage, aggressiveness, and perseverance in the face of daunting adversity are a model for all firefighters. The recipient of this medal must possess Jack's character, commitment to family, and this fire department. Lieutenant Chris Gash knew from a very early age he wanted to be a firefighter. The love of the fire service started when he was 10 years old. Chris's dad was Wade Gash, the medical director for the department, and would often wake Chris up in the middle of the night so he could tag along on multi-alarm fires and major incidents in the city. As a result, Chris was determined to be a firefighter. Shortly after graduating from high school in 2006, the calling came. The Baltimore City Fire Department was offering a firefighter entrance exam. He successfully navigated the hiring process and was accepted into the Baltimore City Fire Academy during the fall of 2007. Upon graduation, he was assigned to Engine 6, actually the same company where Jack Zappo worked for many years. Several years later, he met the love of his life, Shannon. Chris's life was moving forward with his dream job and with Shannon. He proposed to Shannon and they were married on October 13th, 2016. Chris's career was flourishing at one of the busiest units in the city. His commitment to the fire department had extended past his suppression activities. He ventured into special operations, joining the Special Rescue Operations Team and the Dive Rescue Team. Among other commitments, Chris volunteered to be the department's Red Cross blood drive coordinator. Chris and Shannon's family grew on June 18, 2019, as they were blessed with their first child, Dylan Sullivan. On May 31, 2022, they were blessed with their second child, a daughter, Charlotte Olivia. Chris has spent 15 years at Engine 6 before deciding he was ready to move into leadership. In February 2024, he was promoted to lieutenant, assigned to Squad 26. Sadly, life can throw us a curveball, and we are faced with a difficult challenge, testing our resolve. 2 months after being promoted, Chris's family was struck with the news that Shannon had breast cancer. The disease will push the boundaries of physical and emotional pain. Much like Jack and Sonia, Chris and Shannon are determined to fight this battle with strength and determination. Faced with managing the cancer treatment, raising their 2 wonderful children would be hard. Shannon started chemotherapy treatment that would lead to surgery. Unfortunately, complications arose and interrupted the plan. Sadly, residual cancer was present, sending Shannon back for a second round of chemotherapy, which lasted twice as long as the original treatment. The added treatment caused her to experience significant side effects, multiple admissions to the hospital, enduring numerous procedures and additional surgeries. Shannon is currently in remission with chemotherapy continuing through May. When adversity attacks our personal life, we have to search for the strength to navigate between the personal struggles and the commitment to the fire department. Along with his support for Shannon and his commitment to their children, Chris has managed to continue with leading Squad 26, participating in the Special Operations Team and the blood drive. Chris's sacrifices emulate Lieutenant Zappo's persevering attitude, the courage to face challenges, his love and support to family, and commitment to the fire department. It is with great pride that we award Lieutenant Chris Gash the 2025 Lieutenant Jack C. Zappo Award of Valor. Presenting the award with Chief Rick Lago and Jack's son, Jake. Established in 1997, the Thomas J. Burke Courage Medal was named in honor of Chief of Fire Department Thomas J. Burke, a true friend to firefighters known for his honesty and fairness. He served as the Chief of the Fire Department from 1972 to 1980. This prestigious award is bestowed upon a member of the department who displays an outstanding act of courage in the line of duty. It is presented annually at the Fire Department Medals Day ceremony by the Fire Department Emerald Society. Captain Dylan Ronaldo joined the Baltimore City Fire Department on July 12, 2017. Becoming a career firefighter was his lifelong dream, leading him to relocate from New Jersey for an opportunity to serve here in Baltimore. After completing the fire academy, he was assigned to Engine Company 35 in 2018. In October 2019, he transferred to Engine Company 13, where his passion for the fire service flourished. Captain Ronaldo quickly earned the respect of his fellow firefighters for his dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to his work. While at Engine 13, he studied for the lieutenant's exam alongside his colleagues. In July of 2022, he was promoted to lieutenant and assigned to Engine Company 46, where he was highly regarded for his leadership. In June of 2023, while operating at a fire on Shirley Avenue, then Lieutenant Ronaldo entered the structure despite heavy smoke and fire conditions on the second floor. He located an unconscious victim in a rear bedroom and assisted in their removal. Without hesitation, he continued his search and, along with Captain Michael Spencer of Truck 27, carried out a second victim. Lieutenant Ronaldo's quick decision to split his crew and assist with the search ensured that both victims were rescued. On October 19th, 2023, while working at Engine 29, then Lieutenant Ronaldo responded to a dwelling fire at 5210 Linden Heights Avenue. Upon arrival, the crew encountered fire showing in the rear with reports of people trapped. Lieutenant Ronaldo transmitted a size-up, and alongside probationary EMT firefighter Rodney Pitts, began an aggressive interior attack. As conditions rapidly deteriorated, Lieutenant Ronaldo transmitted a mayday for a firefighter needing assistance. Moments later, he transmitted a second mayday for himself. After being removed from the building, Lieutenant Ronaldo fought bravely against his injuries, but tragically passed on October 24th, 2023. Following his passing, Lieutenant Ronaldo was posthumously promoted to the rank of captain. Captain Dylan Ronaldo exemplified the bravery, courage, and commitment that is the hallmark of the Baltimore City Fire Department. This year's Chief Thomas J. Burke Courage Medal is presented posthumously to Captain Dylan Ronaldo. Accepting the award is his fiancée, Lauren Ridlin. The Frank T. Barranco Award is named in memory of Dr. Barranco, retired chief physician of the Baltimore City Fire Department. The award will recognize an individual whose scholarship, leadership, and performance best exemplify those qualities and characteristics of Dr. Barranco in providing emergency medical service to the citizens of Baltimore. It is with great pride and admiration that we present this year's Dr. Frank T. Barranco Award to paramedic Joseph Ballestieri. He is the individual who exemplifies the leadership, dedication, and exceptional performance in providing emergency medical care. He's currently assigned to Medic 16, but is long-term detailed to the ASU-1 pilot program. He has been a member of the fire department since 2014. Paramedic Ballestieri has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to serving our community with excellence and compassion. His remarkable ability to lead and inspire others in the face of critical emergencies has made a profound difference in countless lives. As a leader in the field of emergency medical services, Joey has consistently guided members with skill, composure, and a deep sense of responsibility. His leadership has not only ensured the delivery of life-saving care, but also fostered a culture of professionalism and resilience within the department. Throughout his career, Joey has gone above and beyond the call of duty, providing expert care during some of the most challenging and high-pressure situations. His quick thinking and clinical expertise have been instrumental in saving lives and ensuring positive outcomes for patients in critical need. Beyond his direct contributions in the field, Joey has also been a mentor and role model, sharing his knowledge and experience to elevate the entire EMS community. His dedication to continuous improvement and innovation in care has left an indelible mark on the department and the city. Joey also spends an enormous amount of time as a board member in Baltimore Firefighter Local 734. He's been on multiple 734 negotiating teams and remains committed to ensuring that our members are treated fairly. In recognition of his outstanding leadership, exceptional performance, and unwavering dedication to the health and well-being of Baltimore citizens, we are proud to present Paramedic Joseph Ballestieri with the Dr. Frank T. Barranco Award. Presenting President 734, Matt Costner, President 964, Josh Bannon. We'd also like to take a quick moment to recognize those who have received EMS Life-Saving Awards. They're listed in your Medals Day book on pages 59 to 60. For calendar year 2024, BCFD has continued to increase the number of successful resuscitations meeting the life-saving award criteria. This was even more impressive because the number of survivors increased while the total number of cardiac arrests decreased. While the members on the front line are the ones recognized, we would be remiss if we did not mention the medical directors, quality assurance team, and EMS training personnel for their tireless efforts as champions of change, contributing to these tremendous outcomes. These awards are presented by EMS personnel in separate ceremonies. As we come to a close for today's ceremonies, the number of announcements. We want to thank Mission Barbecue for providing lunch and for Box 414 for providing refreshments. Those who need uniform ribbons, please come to the check-in table in the rear of the building at the conclusion of the ceremony. For those who may want group photos, company photos, or individual photos, there's a fire department backdrop at the rear of the building and a photographer available to take photos. Also, in the rear of the building is a QR code that's available for any members or visitors today who have comments or feedback about today's ceremony. Lastly, I want to thank Chief Dean Denning, who's the Medals Day Committee Chair, Captain Michael Hudson, Lieutenant Jason Guyan, Lieutenant Eric Ryan, Pump Operator Joseph Menakheim, Marine Pilot Andrew Doyle, especially for their work on the Medals Day book and for the arrangements up on the stage today. This will conclude today's ceremony. As you leave, let us be thankful for the many accomplishments of our great department as we continue our pledge to serve the citizens of Baltimore. Let us also remember to support each other as we are truly a family engaged in this most difficult profession. We also promise to never forget those who have sacrificed their lives to protect us. Thank you for joining us today to remember our heroes. Please be safe in your journey home. Thank you.